Hello everybody, welcome to High Playing Games. Simon here, and I've been holding off on getting through to the next part of Heaven's Vault so that I could live stream it all with you, because there's been a few of you that have been watching my playthrough as we've gone along and got not necessarily like ooh excited, but have been following the journey, and I believe a couple of you were saying that you've actually bought the game yourself and are enjoying how different playthroughs are different. So let this begin. I know Roy will be along here at some point. So yeah, here we are. This is Heaven's Vault. It is a game that is available on PlayStation 4, PC, I think Xbox One as well. It is a written narrative adventure game, if you have not been following the series already, which is revolving around decoding language and like glyphs, which kind of changes the story depending on what you think it should be. So the story so far: Alia and her robot 6 have found the smoking wreck of Yannicki's Renba's ship, along with a final message intended for Professor Miari. The roboticist was looking for an ancient observatory called the Vault, probably the aforementioned Heaven's Vault, which he claimed could prevent a great darkness from overtaking the nebula, which is the world. Meanwhile, Alia, who we play as, has found something else. What might be a lost crown of the Holy Empire, hidden alongside a crude map pointing to an unknown moon. Alia has travelled to a home moon of Elbarath. Perhaps Alia's old friend Roy can unravel the crown's secret. So we've just bounced around from place to place, not necessarily following the story, is what the story so far is telling me anyway. So we're at Albarath, trying to show the crown to Roy. Now forgive me for the first couple of minutes of this, because I'll have to remember where we are and pick things back up again. Let's ask a question. Were the statue on Moresi and the one here made in the same place? Based on their minimal compositions, it's quite possible, mistress. That's 6, our little robot, here for the ride. So there we are, just adding more and more to our map. So I'll approach the gate, but it won't let us in if I remember rightly. Set Buyuki Rafa. Cat kiss. It's failed again. Perhaps you are not really from Elbarath after all. I'll reply to that. The word for gate didn't work. So let's go and have a chat. Maybe the gate didn't like something I've got with me. I've got this dagger. Maybe the gate doesn't like weapons. Seems a bit of a sentient gate if that's the case. Six, can you take the dagger back to the ship? Mistress? Cool, let's see if it will let me in without it. And without him. Set Buyuki, or Boyaki, Rafa. Cat kiss. Anywho, okay. Ah.
Oh my god.
We're now somewhat higher up than we were, mistress. Of course we are. We're inside the citadel. This is the main courtyard. There are alleys leading off in all directions. It's easy to get lost up here. I love the music in this game. Have you lost robots up here before, mistress? What makes you ask that? I will take that as a yes. This gate's been locked as long as I can remember. I think the key must have been lost somewhere. Orion and I used to climb over it. Ow. Do I go to Tappy's shop? The word for the gate is working again, although I don't really understand why. Ori's yard is this way. Let's just have a quick look around here first. Me, I like to cover my bases. Where are we going, mistress? Good point. You're so harsh. Do we go to Tappy's shop? Okay, solvable inscriptions. Oh! A trophy. Translations reader. Maybe that is now correct. Gods protect us. Ah, so, right, that's helpful. That's from an update. Okay. So lots of stuff still to be done. I wanted to... Let's try... Let's go to Tappy's shop first. And try there.
To strangers, the cat kiss is like a maze. But I'd spent 10 years tearing through these alleyways.
Just as well.
I could have found my way to Tappy's in the dark.
There is a high probability of unsafety here, mistress. Don't worry, Six. I'll protect you. Your attitude betrays your fears, mistress. I will charge the hopper. Oh, is this going to be one of those places where I can only have visited one and I've gone to the wrong one? Whatever makes you happy, Six. Well, let's do Tappy's place. Tappy's place isn't big, but inside it's a treasure trove. Hold it. Oh. But it's you. Welcome back to Elberath, Moonflower. Give it back, Tappy. Whatever it is you took. I confess, I only really saw the robot. But friends, as you know, are friends. So have your no doubt precious brooch back. Ah, okay. Mistress, do you not trust this man? It's a bit late for a warning, Six. 12 years too late. I already don't trust him. You adore me instead. I prefer it that way. Now come on in out of the cold. Oh, trophy. People Tappy. It seems as though I'll wait here.
Tappy's place was a little museum to junk. Pots and boxes, spoons and hooks and pocket knives.
It's so good to see you back on Elberath, Alea. The rivers above grow dull when you're
And at
not
the
with us.
centre of it all was Tappy, grinning away like a skull in a bodysuit.
And are you well? I am never dull. So, Tappy. Have you heard any rumours of sights? I could use a find. You know, I did hear something. Something out in the fields. Here on Elberath. That is what I heard. After all, this isn't this where you find your pretty boat? Anyway, they say something sent one of the field workers flying through the air. This is what they say. You seem pleased about this. Well, I do like a little spectacle. How do I find it? I've no idea. You might be able to find the man. I doubt anyone's bought him again. He broke his arm when he landed. One of the labourers from the market? That's right. Whatever's out there, I take a look myself, but I tend to track attention when I go for walks outside of the walls. But no one's going to trouble you. You're from Iox. I'm from Elberath. People from Elberath don't have robot servants, my sweet. Be careful you don't get zapped yourself, of course. I tend to not attack my finds with scythes. No doubt, no doubt. Okay. Who buys all this stuff of yours? Respectable people? And a few Elbarath rats too. Why do they want it? What good does it do? Different reasons. Some are collectors, rich types. I think money hurts them, so they spend it quickly. Most of them are old. Prostate problems. They leak money. That's funny. You mean you fleece them? I provide a service. A purchasing experience. I'm paid for my time. This is getting sluttier and sluttier. Are you happy with that robot of yours? I could probably adjust it a bit. Ooh. You're not touching it. Anyway, bear it in mind, Alia. Let's ask him another question. By the way, Tappy, how is business? It never booms. Somehow we all get by. I want to show him the artifact. I found a few items you might be interested in. Oh, yes? It's a battered silver Empire reliquary with metal clasps. Your standards are not so high anymore. Oh well, I should be able to do something with that. I have something of a similar period, I think. Yes, this is it. A page embossed with the eagle and sun. And there's some written glyphs along the margin. Oh, nice. This is stained and unreadable. This guy's a gut. This doesn't feel right. No shit. Aha. I can add my translations for robots to the dictionary for now. Emperor, water. remember what it was. Maybe it's book, maybe it's freedom because of the reclaim emperor king freedom. I think it's either freedom or book. Book of robots? But I'm only guessing. Presumably there used to be more to it than that. I'd hazard it comes from the same source as the battered reliquary, the one I found on the Hermitage Moon. We've got a lot of leads on the moon depicted on the Hermitage wall mural now. They should make the site easier to find. So, you've inspected the goods. Page for your battered silver reliquary. Don't trade. Thank you for letting me see it, but no. Something else perhaps, another time. There. Oh, he's off. If there's more, let me consider another time. My lady. I picked up a few more items you might be interested in. Hold on to it, I'm all out. Clean. I'll have more for you soon enough. I don't want to show him the crown. There's something creepy about him I don't like. A man must have his secrets. I'm going to go outside. See you later, Tappy. Don't be a stranger to us now. You are in one piece. You still have all your teeth. We have one new artifact to consider. Are you ready to go yet, mistress? No, I want to pay a visit to Oroi. As you wish, mistress. But first, the more I think about it, the more I think freedom of robots. Because of how close I've put it to reclaims, if reclaims is correct. Right, we now know that that is robots. Does that come up anywhere else? No, not really. Oh, there. Oh, maybe not. I love finding all of these inscriptions. It gets you proper like... Anyway. What was the city built to be? No one knows. Not a lot of people think about the past. Very true. That's why we keep repeating the same mistakes. Orai's yard is this way. Off we go.
On Elbereth, you could buy anything for any purpose.
Strong as an oxen. Dependable. Cheap. Sounds like my dates. What? What is this lady selling? It's a work market. Workers? Are you surprised? This is Elbereth. It's about as far from Iox as you can go. I cannot be here, mistress. What's the problem? My ethical core is programmed against suffering. It does not differentiate between bioeconomic status. Mine is just the same sex. There's nothing we can do. I am compelled to expend a considerable number of cycles verifying that before I can simply accept it, mistress. No. I grew up here. I wasn't unhappy to leave. Well, get that ethical one of these days. My friend or I could do it. With respect, mistress. I am certain she could not. Ooh. So that way is Tappy, that is back to the gate. There's one injured. Tappy told me to look out for the one with the broken arm. They all seem intact to me. Are you lost, Farwet? My name isn't Farwet. You look like a Farwet to me. And you brought a mech with you. A robot here? You don't like robots? What good are the metal things to anyone? Perhaps you're hoping to start a riot? I don't want an argument with you. Get off my moon and take that thing with you. I've got business here. But believe me, I won't stay a moment longer than necessary. Be sure that you do not. Your kind won't be happy until only the Ameleki can eat. Go in peace. Go in peace. And leave me alone. Oh, it's Celebria. Let's talk to the workers. This place turns my stomach too. I might have ended up like this if I hadn't been for Miari. I don't want to talk to her though. maybe I should. I heard one of your labourers was injured. Accidents happen. There's nothing wrong with my stock. How did that happen? Carelessness. You're never hiring to an Ioxian again. Your kind doesn't show respect. Okay. An Ioxian hired workers from you and broke one of them. Oh, do you know who it was? He called him... Ah! He called himself Renva. Friend of yours, is he? He's not welcome here. I need to talk to that worker. Do you see any broken arms in my stock today? I can make it worth your while. Want to hire one of my stock? Want to talk to them. And you can pay a fair rate. If that's to dig your plot or whisper to you through the night, that's your affair. Just don't break his leg. I won't break it. That's a promise. I don't accept promises. Ioxians don't respect property. I'm not an Ioxian? Of course you are. You've a Niameki trailing at your heels. I'll try the name, and then if that doesn't work, we'll just... Alright, love. Bits are swimming around inside his skin like hungry maggots. Mmm, delicious. He's never going to work again. Like his leather, you're the last chance he's got to earn himself a meal, so pay your dues. Name a price. Let's see what you've bought. I prefer jewellery and weapons. I don't want to trade the eagle brooch. Right. Whilst my brain decides whether or not I want to trade that brooch or not. Let's go to Oroi first. I'm annoyed with that woman.
Oroy was my oldest friend. We'd grown up in the orphanage together. But I had left Elbereth and she had stayed.
This whole area is Oroy's, I think. She's useful, and people like to give her space. I have no idea what these things do. Oroy's always playing around with magnets and wires and things. Business is going. The arms tray looks pretty empty. What do we do now? Now we wait for Oroy to finish what she's doing in there. Come to see who we are. Alright, what do you want? Oh! It's you! Oh, silver trophy, alright. It's good to see you. It is it? You're here to dump another broken robot on me? I hoped you could fix that robot. Sure. You made out like it was dented, not fried. What's wrong with this one? This one has memory problems. It can't remember being activated or anything before that. I understand that's quite normal. A core shouldn't forget anything unless instructed to, but it's certainly common. I guess people around here don't like recording machines following them around. Can you get memories back? Probably not.
We'd been friends. Once.
Ooh, drama. Good evening, Roy. I hope you're well. I thought you'd come for this. Have you heard any rumours about any unknown sites? I'm an engineer, not whatever it is you are. I found this strange telescope stand in the cyclones. Wait. You sailed into the cyclones? Alia. Are you mad? It wasn't that dangerous. Of course it wasn't. Only an enormous space storm 10 times bigger than Elbereth. Did you even know there was a river out? That's not the point. Then it should be the point. I've lost you once to Iox. I don't want to lose you again. That's your family. My son is fine. My daughter. That's another story. What happened to your daughter? My daughter thinks she's in love. Is she? She's a child, Alia. They all grow up, Arroy. They grow up when they're old enough to grow up. And she's not old enough. Drama. Let's tell her about the crown before options dry up. I found something incredible out there, Arroy. Oh, did you? A purpose for your life, maybe? Can you keep a secret? Alright, fine. Now I'm intrigued. Produce the crown. Look at what I found, Arroy. Just look at it. Arroy held the crown gingerly like it was some kind of injured animal. By the moons? What are you? The right bulk of basic power source. There are contacts under the rim. What is this? Let's go straight for it. It's the crown of the Emperors of Iox. I think. Are you serious? You've got the crown of the Empire and you bring it to me? But it isn't just a crown. You want me to take it apart? All right then. I'll take a look. I cannot believe you entrusted such a find to such a person. In such a place. Such an action is almost statistically impossible, but you did it anyway. She'll figure it out. Whatever it is, that crown is a treasure of the Empire. All Mistress Arroy is likely to do is lose it. With no offence intended to Mistress Arroy, that is. 6 being sass. I'll let you know what I find. Thank you very much. The cat cascade. How do you get all your tools and things through it? I had to leave all my sharp things behind. Yes, it does that. The best way for you to get around it? No idea. I have the Rabeski foil in my arm, so it doesn't bother me. A what? Never mind. Don't trouble your pretty head about it. No, don't be patronised. So you have a foil in your arm. This will be handy. It's not deep. And it's only a small one. That's what she said. Nothing much, just enough to get for the gate to recognise you. Interesting. Okay. Did you ever fix the robot I sold you? No. Whatever it lost out there, it was really gone. I ended up borrowing a few internals for my collection. Disgusting. Look after the crown, alright? Don't let it get out of your sight. Don't offer me advice on being cautious, Alia. How many robots have you lost now? How is the shop working out? Slow enough. But it's not getting any worse. Have fun on the rivers, Alia. Al-Lasara. Okay. So that's that. Let's leave the yard. Damn right, it's better than yours. Akachucho. Oh, I see you are conflicted. Oh, it's because I wasn't looking. I was reading Roy's message. Oops. No wonder Alia is sassing poor Six if this is what she grew up with. Indeed. I suggest we return to Iox and inform Prismari what we've done with the crown. Should we leave now, mistress? Soon, not yet. Good faith to you. Farwet. How are the crops? All fire and no smoke, as they say, thank you. Walk with the goddess. Or die on Iox. I don't care. Ooh. What's a Rebesky foil? You've never seen the internals of a robot then? So the foil is part of a robot. Indeed. The Rebesky foil is a small scrap of metal inscribed with enormous detail, like one of your fingerprints. What's it for? In general, it's for storing information. Think of it as a book with small writing. Can you read it? Very small writing, mistress. What is yours for? I don't know exactly, mistress. I've never tried removing it to see what I lose. Right. Do you know what? In for a penny, in for a pound. We've already given the crown away. Let's do the brooch. I'll hire that worker for you. I have what you want. Let's see what you're offering. Offer the brooch. Oh, it's really making me think. Ah! Do I trade the brooch? Do I trade the brooch? Do I trade the brooch? For the bad worker. Oh. don't bother. I just feel like that brooch, because it's not ours, and I don't, it's got, if we've already given away the crown, I don't want to give away the brooch as well. I think we've got plenty to be getting on with. Through me. For some reason there's no word for going down. The reason for that seems quite obvious to me, mistress. Race receptacles flush outwards. Plop. Shall we leave now, mistress? Yes, let's get out of here. Give away the crown. Remember that everyone with my name as parts of theirs are completely trustworthy. Leave the moon. This way, mistress. Why is my phone going nuts? Ah, okay. Right, so we gave the crown to Oroy. Which is all good. I think we're okay. Cool. So we've got the site from the mural. I could return the figure to Mercy, but not yet. Not bothered with Remba's crash. I think we've done with Renaki. Let's go to Iox to tell Miari what has happened to Yannicki. This will be the next drama. Okay, I'm trying to go there. Why won't it let me do it? Oh, you know, oh, okay. Sorry, my fault. Trying to get onto the wrong bit before. No. Aboard the Nightingale. We should sail to Iox and tell Miari what we've seen. Now look at the inscription I found. I really should return this to Moresi. I've grown rather attached to it. Let's go, Iox. Yes, mistress. Then this will advance as part of the story, I'd imagine. Since we've been putting it off since the moment we found that Remember Yaniki's dead. Have you sailed before, Six? I don't know, mistress. When I connect the winches aboard the ship, they do seem to fit. I wonder if I enjoyed sailing once. Perhaps you crashed a ship into that hole you were found in on Iox. Buried yourself at high speed. I was buried the right way up, mistress. I think someone ordered me to stand still while they poured the cement around me. Bit dark. Could someone order you like that? You wouldn't try to preserve yourself? I think perhaps a primary user could. I do not know. Yeah, someone tried to fuck you up, Six. Alia. Professor Miari is looking for you. Is she in a good mood? How could one tell? Good faith and good health, Alia. Yeah, she's going to be angry, Elf. Never cross the Ioxian Mafia. Too true, Roy, too true. Especially when they look like that. Let's go for a question. And what do the moons get out of being protectorate? Theoretically, the support of the Ioxian Guard, but that's largely historical. Okay. You sound like you don't approve of the protectorate. I'm neither for or against it in principle, mistress, although it does not appear sustainable. Oh. Six, have you decided to comment on Brexit? A leftover from the Empire? Indeed, mistress. Our Ioxian Guards is an increasingly minor force. Let's launch a revolution. Mistress is most droll. I've not heard the word droll for ages. Alright, let's see. Let's see how terribly this will go. Last time we met Miari, it didn't go well, did it? Alia, you're back. But I don't know if I want to ask you what you found. I'll tell you. If you're ready to hear it. His ship blew up as he tried to leave an off-river moon. Interesting. You're certain? We are quite certain, Professor. Did you go anywhere except Moresi, Alia? Rember went off exploring the rivers. He was using fuel to propel himself. That must be how he blew himself up. Rember appeared to be investigating an abandoned hermitage, and you followed him. What did you find there? I don't trust her. There was nothing left of Renber, Professor. Let's ignore the question. He's gone. I'm not an idiot, Alia. I understand what being blown up means. What did you find on the moon? I thought you cared about Renber. I'm interested in the nebula. As are you, which is why I sent you. Now, apart from Renber's idiocy, what did you find down there? Anything? Nothing more? I don't trust her. I don't trust anyone. This game's made me proper... what's the word? When you're judging everyone. Cautious is what's come to mind, but that's not the word I'm looking for. Say no for now. No, most likely not. Although perhaps Rember found something and it shared his fate. Professor, I fear that Mistress Alia is not being entirely honest. There, we found some worthless artifacts. A dagger, a figurine, trinkets. Mistress Alia is hoping not to tell you we found a crown, Professor. We believe it to be the crown of the Empire, but I don't have it on me. I'm afraid Mistress Alia passed it on to a contact in Elbereth. That's a mercenary act, Alia. I always assumed you'd made a little on the side, but... I didn't sell it. My friend's a machinist. She's just looking at it. So you're going to bring it back to me? Go and fetch it. I look forward to seeing it. Off you go. Nice political dramas. Is Huang around? I have no idea. Most likely. Where else would he be? Please, Alia. Go away. Yeah, I don't trust her as far as I could throw her. And she is pixeled, so naughty. Trying to go the wrong way round the... This is as good as head of Oxian Mafia as I ever did see one. Indeed. 6. You're a moose. One last thing, Alia. Tell me honestly. How are you finding your new companion? Are you working well together? I wouldn't say that. 6 is petty, rule-bound, and a coward. Which is exactly what you need. Robots are valuable things, Alia. I want to know immediately if anything happens to this one. I hope that's clear. Clear. I'm glad to hear it.
I didn't exactly lie to my Ari about what I'd found. But I didn't tell her the whole truth either.
What are the chronicles of Mazwai that Huang's always reading about? I believe Mazwai was a pilgrim sailor. She writes about various places of the nebula and how the Great Loop has acted in these places. Mazwai believes in the Great Loop, then? Mazwai is an original source for the hypothesis, Mistress, as much as anything is a source in the loop. Master Huang says that the book became common shortly after the establishment of the Holy Empire. So what do you know about the Loop Temple? I know little of the Loop, Mistress. The Loop priests claim that life is a great cycle. They believe that all that happens has happened before. Should we leave now, Mistress? No, not yet. Let's see if Huang is around. If I may, Mistress, I detected a certain coldness between you and Professor. Oh. I don't feel like I should be talking about trusting to you because you just blab it. She's like a mother to me. People always detest their mothers. That's not true. Alia, you've got parental issues. Oh, let's pop into
The
the
library is a quiet spot to think. Except when Huang's in there, which of course he always is.
Alia, you're back. Did you find Rembrandt? Let's just say he's not coming back. Really? Did he go native on some wild moon? I've heard there are places out there where people get up to all sorts of things. He's dead, Juan. Oh. Are you sure? Did you know him well? No, not really. But I mean, professors? They're supposed to die in soft chairs watching the fountain. Listen, Huang. Do you know anything about an ancient observatory? Mistress, I was not aware of this. An observatory? That's interesting. I mentioned Renaki. Did you ever go there? Is there an observatory? Not quite. I was on Renaki recently. I know, me on a boat. You should have seen me. I turned green. What did you do that for? I've got my secrets, Alia. The curators let me take these things there to trade. Anyway, on the boat there was a trader called Amadou. He was talking pretty expansively, if you understand me, about something he'd found. He'd called it, well... You asked me about an observatory? That's what Amadou said he'd found. But what were you doing on Ranaki? You've never left Iox before. There's a lot you don't know about me. Trustworthy type? This Amadou? No, I wouldn't say that. But he was sloshed to his beard tips on Raki at the time. I'm looking for a particular observatory. Not just anyone. Oh, well. This one sounded like it was old. I thought of you. How old are these books of yours? Some are really old. But not, you know, not ancient. They date back to the first Empress or so. Roy, conspiracies everywhere. Maybe Huang is the concrete man of the mafia. Could well be. It's normally always the quiet ones that you least expect it. Why aren't there any books older than the first Empress? I don't know. There just aren't. I suppose they were all lost in the fall. About Renba. Do you know what he was doing out there in the nebula? I didn't know him. That's not what I asked. Alia, are you all right? You seem shaken up. I just want to know what's going on. It doesn't make sense, any of it. Why did he go out there? Why did Miari send me out there? Did you find where he went? There was nothing there. Nothing at all. Not even Renba. It's sad. Thanks, Huang. Oh, read anything good lately? Is that going to give us anything to translate? Come on. I've been indexing mostly. Have you found any artifacts you want me to look at? Oh, quite a few. Yes, please. Do the etched container. Can I? The inscription reads, "The gods protect us." I think you're right. Now, I've seen something a bit like that, I think. It was also inscribed. Let me see if I can find it. Yes, go on, Huang. Do it. Give me more things. Here it is. Yes. Thank you very much, trusty librarian chum. This was marked onto an inlaid brass container. It was found drifting in the wash near Elbereth. I don't know if it's related, of course. Ooh. This is one of the fractured pieces from an even longer phrase. Holy waters all. Oh, trophy, language scholar. So all is sorted. If that's definitely defend, it's got the two squiggles. That bit is higher, which makes me think ascend, but I could just Holy Waters reclaim or ascend. Maybe? Holy Waters ascend all? I think that's correct. Do you have any more like that? In for a penny, in for a pound? Let me see. Go on. No, nothing comes to mind. Ah. Do you want me to archive the container? Yeah, go on in. Good faith to you. I'll be back shortly. I'm hoping that means that he's going to be a little bit more trusty with us. I'd hurt Wang's feelings if I said so, but these books are all recent. Most from the last 50 years or so. Are you ready to go now, mistress? It depends if Huang's going to come back. Let's not go just yet. Alia, good faith to you. Oh, was that it? I've lost. Where was I going? Aha, he's back in. Cool. Let's see. I'm assuming he is actually genuinely back in there because I want to give him the other one. I wish she went a little bit faster. Show him another artifact. Made a few finds recently. Oh yes. What do you make of this dented sextant? Let me take a look at that. There's a fragment of an inscription. I read it as "Winds protect us." You know, I'm sure you're right on winds. Yes. I'm glad you agree. Interesting. I've seen something else like that, if I remember right. And I've also had some script. Now, where's that volume? Yes! Give me more translations. I find the translation bit really, really addictive. It's a sketch of a silver telescope. Ooh! It was found in an Elborethian market years ago. We had some telescopes in the first place we went, didn't we? Stars. Sail. I believe I remember the word sail, mistress. Yes. And stars must be correct too. Beyond? Does sail beyond stars make sense? He doesn't need any index anywhere with an overview where everything's located. Indeed. Oh, how about this? Yes, he's got more. It was a silver compass. It was found while excavating the university foundations here on Iox. Oh, Huang, you beauty. I don't mind you having ginormous rubber lips now. So that will be slight. Oh, follow starlight. This doesn't feel right. Okay. Right, so this is solvable. Where is... Sorry about this. So we literally just have that one. Oh, that's really annoying that it can be solved. Let me see. Go on, have a rummage. Damn it. Since you went looking for him, I began to wonder if they were closer than I'd realised. I don't always notice these things, you know. Well, I told her. How did she take it? She seemed almost indifferent. Really? You know, I always thought she didn't like him. He always got the worst rooms, you know. The post-lunch lecture slot and the smallest desk. Maybe she was interested in something else. Remember was doing some interesting exploration when he died. You've such a scheming mind, Alia. I'll see you soon, Huang. See you soon. Are you ready to go yet, mistress? We still have more here to do. Basically want to leave the room and then go back in and see if he'll do one more. Sorry that this is a bit of a translation flop-a-lop. No, he won't. Bugger. Toodles. What I can't figure out is this. What was Rembard doing finding ancient sites? He must have been following some kind of trail, mistress. How that trail began, and where it was leading him, most unclear. Okay. Nyari's brooch. The stone inside it is the same as Remba's crystal? Undoubtedly. It seems quite apparent that they came from the same source, the crystal moon. Alright, there's nothing else here. Do you like the other robots, 6? Not spent much time for them. That's avoiding the question. I suppose it is. I cannot think how to answer the question truthfully. An inscription? Hello? This is the start of a fragment of text. Yes. Emperor. Live. I can add my translation for live to the dictionary for now. Yes. Surely that would be long. Long live Emperor. An Emperor period work then. Or older with a motto etched in later. Was the sundial made here? Yes, obviously, mistress. Curiously enough. Why is that curious? It seems to me the sundial could never have worked. At least, not in this location. Did you know it's the oldest thing on Iox? Or so they say. Evidently, it's said to be a sundial, mistress. Let's touch it. Oh, I thought it was going to spin round. Maybe the sundial isn't a timepiece at all. It could be a tombstone. Maybe there's an ancient king underneath it. I've not detected anything. People have already looked. Right, let's get back to the ship. How are we doing for time? We'll do a little bit more. If you don't mind indulging me. Aboard the Nightingale. Go right ahead. Thank you, right? What if the rivers aren't natural at all? What if they weren't created by storms or magnetic fields or anything like that? What else could they be? What if they were drawn by a painter with a brush? How would such a thing be done? Imagine a ship dragging floes behind it in a way a plough drags out a furrow, a tapestry of cloud and smoke. The well springs drive the flows, mistress. Don't tell me you believe in the well springs are natural. They exist in nature, mistress. Yeah. Let's get sailing. I'll prepare the sheets, mistress. He could run in his own little hotel with that. Filth. Right, I could return the figurine there. We could see what Oroya is doing with the crown. We could talk to Renaki, or go to Renaki to deal with that. Or we could go to the Remba's Trail. I've missed what that said, so I'm just going to reread that again. A stone shrine to take some of the great. Perhaps the site will still have some answers. I know enough to find this site. Where should we go? Where should we go? Where should we go? Let's go and plot a site for the mural. Set sail. Taking the next left, don't worry. Why is Ghostwake called that, mistress? They say Ghostwake is haunted. No shit. You know how, according to the loop, the souls of the dead sail the rivers until they are reborn? Well, the story goes that most of them are asleep. Dreaming of childhood, or lovers, or big meals, I don't know. But sometimes they have nightmares, and then they might wake up. Those who stay awake forever, trapped in their rivers, formless. I could try and say that sentence. It said that they gather in Ghost's wake. It said you can hear their helpless cries. A ruin. I guess it dates from the early Empire, mistress.
The robot hoppered away, and I was alone. Then it came back.
A recovered, scratched compass. It must have come from somewhere nearby. The casing has been carved with characters. Yes! Give me more! This is fractured. Right. God? Ascends. Those aren't the symbols for ascends. Ah, so we now know that that one was wrong that I looked at earlier. Okay. Hopefully I can make some guesses this time. Okay. I bet you read all the posters and then get hung up on the lampposts on your way to work. You judging me? Sky God holds stars. A blessing for a safe passage, perhaps. Oh, we've gone the wrong way. Take two. The Wellspring 6. The air they pour out, the air we breathe. Where does it come from? Philosophical. Where do any of us come from, mistress? Good shout. Where did I come from? You came from a hole in the ground on Iox. Romantic. Indeed, mistress. Although I assume I did not grow there.
They say on Iox that the rivers flow with the souls of the dead. Anything to scare you to the ground.
Either of the rivers continue to our destination, mistress. Here we are. Look out there, 6. Evidently it is indeed beautiful, mistress. Vicinity of site from the mural. Our data suggests that the site of the mural is somewhere nearby. Oh, it got snowy and stuff. wouldn't seem we've not been either of these paths before, mistress. Mistress, there is some kind of ruin some distance away ahead. Which way? 6? Which way? The water droplets are heading left here. Okay. Ah! Oh, hello. This appears to date from the Holy Empire,
The robot
mistress.
wasted no time.
I found a scrap of a scroll curled from age. I wonder how long it's been out there. There's some writing on it. You bet there is! Boom! This is one end of a blurry fragment of text. Oh. I don't think we can fit anything else in, can we? No. Oh, it needs me to do that, sorry. I think my translation can't be correct anymore. Okay. Handy to know. So that was from the piece of paper that said Freedom of Robots I went for, wasn't it? I think, rather than I went for book. So if I go... I don't want to go for book. Of... knowledge? Knowledge, prey, beyond prey star. Maybe it's words of friend holds live. Let's try love. Does Book of Words of Love work? Don't think so. I think this originates from the place we're after. We must be getting close. This will make the site we're after easier to locate. Which way 6? I don't know, he was going that way. I do not know, mistress. Neither does any of us. Floaty. Oh, hello. I think we found it. Settle the Nightingale 6. Let's take a look around. Someone had drawn a map to this place, but why? Why indeed? Continue.
Of all the sites I travelled to with the robot, most of them seemed lost, abandoned. But this one felt like it had been hidden.
How much further? Not far, mistress. The path turns here. Discovered a lush moon. Try hard to fall asleep along the way. Ah. Question. What should we expect? I'm unsure, mistress. The lanterns are still burning, 6. Are there people here? There is only one living person on this moon, mistress. You. Creepy. Trees. Lots of them. Growing from fissures in the rock, mistress. Roots will eventually split the slope below us. This whole site will subside. But someone planted them here? Perhaps. More likely a seed was scattered by the wind and took root by chance. Okay. I just want to quickly dive back to these solvable ones. Hey, a trophy. Translations Decipherer. So that now is clearly correct. Winds protect us. Correct. Oh, sorry, we've already had a problem with that one. So we now think this might be book or house. And whatever the other one was freedom, wasn't it? Wherever that was. God knows what that would be. Ah, okay. So that could be palace or temple. Which then would make... That's not what I wanted. Where was the... No, not that one. That one. Oh, I don't know. Anyway, when I find it again at another point, we'll dive in. Let's story it. I think you've all had to suffer that. Oh, there's something etched on this one. Why not? The start of a fragment of text. Live eternal. That can't be the ancient for eternal. Bugger. Hopefully I can make some better guesses this time. Alright, love. Right, well, that for me, since we're in Ghost's place, that needs to be dead. Dead live forever. But I've no idea what it means. Perhaps this place is a mausoleum. How does she know if it's the start or the end of a text? That's a very good point, Roy. Plot hole. It's a strong inference to make from a single tree, mistress. It is indeed 6. But this whole story has just been me guessing at everything from the very beginning, so God knows how this will turn out. Did Ramba come here at all, I wonder? There's no way to be sure. By all the wakened waters, this could have been built yesterday. Apart from the general foliage. There's something worked into the stone. Is it some text? Yes. This is broken off. I believe you can be confident of your translation for dead now, mistress. Yes! Of all the words to pick up. I think that should... It looks like a flowery thing. So that makes me think Garden of Dead. That will do for now. Graveyard? It must have been in for important people. We can slip round this way, I think. I most certainly cannot. I don't think you can make it. I will to topple, mistress. This is not as though I could grab onto something to save myself. Careful now, Alia. Don't want to slip. There's always a way in.
The wind died.
It It's so still. How did you do that? Did you tunnel your way in? There is a hopper eye above the far passageway. I was able to create a line of sight to it and enter via refraction. This is evidently a large site.
The smell of flowers flooded the misty air.
The Queen of Facepalm right there in the middle. What kind of place has a hopper instead of a door? A palace mistress or a prison? Ah, which now makes me think that it's Palace of Dead rather than Garden of Dead. This is no prison. I would have to agree. Did this gate ever open? There are no hinges. Ooh, Goddess of Facepalm. That would be amazing if we actually get that as a thing. Alright, let's talk to Goddess of Facepalm. Oh, that's a question said. If this is a graveyard, then where are the graves? I wonder who she is. She seems sad. She seems like an emoji. I don't see any inscriptions to tell us. She's weeping and beckoning. I've got it. She's a death goddess, welcoming people to the afterlife. And this place is a graveyard. Just quickly go round her wing. Why is the goddess covering her eye, mistress? Sadness 6. It's a thing people fear about death, but you probably wouldn't understand. It's hard to understand old symbols without their context, and this goddess is very, very old. I don't see any other symbols on her. This place is incredible, it's perfect. I don't understand anything about video games, but I greet you, Simon. Ah, thank you, Yuri. Hope you are well. I voiced a new video for Herman the other day. He's got a trip round Alton Park coming. Would you like some friends? We could set up a play date. I'm quite content, mistress. Leant over and smelled a flower and inhaled deeply. Musk and rose. A perfume garden. No sign of Renber though. Most likely he didn't find this moon. Ooh, we'll be going in there in a minute. We'll find you some robots on Iox. Mistress, it's not like you fraternise with other humans. We're very similar, perhaps. Mistress, I do not wish to discuss this further. Really? Why not? I appreciate your understanding, mistress. Thank you. Ooh, stroppy robot. There. across there. There's a rummage down there in a minute. Let's go back here. Oh. This must have been a stray seed once, nothing more. Now look at it. It'll bring down the whole place in the end. The same fate will eventually overtake this place, mistress. Perhaps we could finish our explorations before this happens? Don't think so. Locked. No need to be snippy 6. There is no need to be persistently inaccurate, mistress. He's such a little bitch. This one's definitely stuck. A tree has demolished the corridor beyond. A tree is a creature like any other, mistress, slow but ultimately self-interested. You wouldn't think a moon like this could be so lush. It's no Moresi. There are no farms, no villages, just rock and water. Water flows where it chooses, mistress. There is no grand design at work. Okay, anything around this bit? That would be a nope. Okay. Oh, there's something there though. There's something under the ivy here. Kate Bush reference. Oh, hello. That's the eagle and sun, the symbol of the Ioxian Empire. This is an Empire period ruin, about 1,000 years more recent than you thought. So I thought you said this place was thousands of years old. I was wrong, mistress. I was guessing. And now there's another inscription along the edge of the design. Must be all the dead bodies that have been sent here by the Ioxian Mafia to fertilize. Roy is determined there will be some kind of Mafia explosion by the end of this game. Emperor. I'm certain my translation is holds now. Okay. The Emperor holds us all. That's... I smell blood. Roy is literally a whippet. I wonder what that really tells us about the Empire. Nothing, mistress. Any scribe can lie. Who would have come here? Guests of the Emperor? Family? The Emperor themselves? Maintaining this place must have required considerable effort. An intact Emperor Site 6. Everything on Iox was rebuilt after the fall. But this place was never destroyed. We must assume it was never found. graveyard of empires, perhaps. So why did the Emperor scratch a map to this place in the wall of the hermitage? Perhaps he was dying and wished this was where he wished to be buried. Oh, we've got... Ah! We have a painting. Mostly worn away. Mostly all worn away. I can't get anything from it. What do you make of it, 6? There really was a lot of writing here once, mistress. A whole chronicle, perhaps. But I believe some characters can still be seen. Fucking hell. This one is a broken piece from an even longer phrase. No idea. Whoa. I mean, we won't be able to solve this one. Yeah, there's stuff in here I've not even seen yet. Holy, that's some phrase indeed. I'm just seeing if there's anything that I can... So, Temple can go there. Oh, not of. Yeah, that's about as close as we can get. God knows. We'll come back to that one. We can get through here. That's enough. Is that a tree sticking out of the roof? It's amazing this place is still standing. Looks like a jungle in there. Very warm and moist environment. Oi oi, 6. What you saying? Right, that's a narrow gap. We'll try the door first, just for lols. We turn back home. Ah, poor 6. And try not to rust out here. Toodle pips, we're going through. Mistress. Bless the waters. So many thorns. I'm not going back that way if I can help it.
The air inside the glass house was damp. It smelt like fruit and warm water.
It's peaceful here. Let's look at the tree then. It's even bigger close up, a bit like my belly. Reminds me of the tree of knowledge on Iox. Well, it's clear that they're recreating whatever is. The air is warm. Oh, yeah, you're in my face, love. Oh, hello. We'll walk out there in a minute. Let's just check out the rest first. Make sure there's no inscriptions I'm missing. Water still flowing after all this time. I would have thought it would be clogged up with moss and dirt. Very true. Eek. Mistress, I found a way in. So I see. Thanks for waiting. I see you are still undamaged, mistress. Only just. Come on. Now, can you do anything else? Unveil anything else? It's quite a collection. Oh, there's something etched on the bark. Yes! Cut with a knife, I think. Hardly a sculptor's work. This is one of the fractured fragments from an even longer phrase. We live forever. Got my translation to forever for the dictionary for now? Yes, thank you very much. Seems a strange thing to carve into a tree. Not exactly hopeful. Anything else? Nope. Definitely a garden. This chamber was some kind of arboretum. There are traces of a variety of plants here. What happened to them? The inevitable process of settling. The most suited to this place survived, and those that fragile died here. Oh, hello. We've seen this design before. Evidently, it's remarkably like the sundial on Iox, mistress. So the Iox sundial is a sister to this one? I believe the sundial will be significantly older than the one on Iox, mistress. Furthermore, this one was not made in Iox. So where was this sundial made? Interesting question, mistress. I will consider the matter. Ah! He's given us somewhere else to go. Miari's been here to water the plants. Good one, Roy. There's an inscription. No shit. This is a phrase, run together. That's the only word I know. There's not enough here for me to guess the rest. I'll have to hope I see these sequences again. Does have make sense? Probably not. I thought there was other ways that I could have done that. Maybe not. So that now becomes a phrase that we know is correct. Holy waters reclaim all is now correct, so that's done. We still don't know that one. Dead Live Forever we got right as well, didn't we? So that's that one done. Oh, trophy. Translations, reader of the something. It falls off the trophy thing. So whoever copied the garden sundial for the university, they didn't know what it was they were copying. They didn't know how it was supposed to work. That's almost funny. So much has been lost, mistress. I feel like that's a little bit around today's humanity, actually. Everything feels cardboard copied. We don't really seem to grasp what we're up to. Mistress, please, you can't expect me to cross that. I will topple into the water and sink. Stay there if you like. I want to look around. You are attempting to goad me into crossing. You cannot be goaded. You have lost robots before. 5 of them. I do not intend to increase your score. Stay there then. Mistress, you're infuriating. Be advised I will hopper myself to the boat if I so much as teeter, and I will not guarantee I will return. That wasn't so bad, was it? I did not enjoy it, mistress. I found the risk most uncomfortable. Stop complaining. Next time, wait in the ship. Oh, hello. Lots of face. And shrines. They're just like the one we took from you, goddess. Oh, sorry, we took you from, goddess. Was that a grave too? The shrine in the last Emperor's hideout in the Cyclones. Maybe it came from this palace. That would fit with my analysis, mistress. But why? There's more water here than I've ever seen. Enough water for Elbereth 3 times over. If only there's a way to transport water. I have found plastic bottles help, but then you do ruin the ocean. This moon is a mountain. There is nowhere for anything to grow.
Stone markers huddled together, whispering nasty things about me.
Shrines, like the one behind the hermitage on the moon near Moresi. There's got to be some shit etched somewhere here for some translation, surely. Oh, I'd have expected something grander for an emperor. A tomb, a mausoleum. These graves are so small. These are not public graves, mistress. There was no one here to impress. Oh, hello. There's so many of these markers. This might have once been inscribed, but it's been worn smooth. I'll try this one though. This one's in better condition. Still legibly carved. Translation? Don't mind if I do. That looks horrific though. What the fuck? Rivers? Mistress, that translation is clearly incorrect. There must be another phrasing. Okay. This one has a lot of symbols, but I'm sure it reads as rivers. Yes! But my translation of protection is off. Okay. Hopefully I can make some better guesses for the rest of this. Right, well that then makes me think home. Rivers carry may rivers carry either you or myself. Has this place been ransacked? Doesn't look like it's been touched at all, mistress. Only grown over. Perhaps they believed their souls would return to the rivers. Did the Emperor believe in the loop? This one isn't carved at all. But there's something inside the niche or niche at the front. A shattered statue carved from crystal dating from Ioxian Empire? It's got an inscription. Loving the symbols. Okay. Yeah, I've clearly not got this right at all, have I? Those can't be the glyphs for I after all. So that means it's not carrying myself home, it's carrying you home. Doesn't it? Now I thought this was death, as in death goddess welcomes you. Because that made sense when we used that death thing before. Most likely this comes from the same place as the dagger. The one we discovered in the hideout room. Yes, new places! There are niches all over these markers. They're empty. Looted or left that way? Most curious. 6? What have you seen? Don't know where he's gone. The curses thing's gone. There he is. Yeah, I'll have this first. Don't mind if I do. Anything? Yes. Right, so we've already got always was close, so therefore an extension of forever. There we go, all forever. So then, in theory, looking at building that language, eternity would match that type of symbol. Eternity holds you safe. But then we've not confirmed home. So I would... It'd either be safe or protected. I'll just go with safe for now. I finished my researches, mistress. My conclusions are, I fear, worthless. Oh. Twit. What were you looking for? I don't know. One of the markers seemed to intrigue me for a moment. Oh, we'll have a look then. It was this one. This one seems to be made of older stone than the others. The first gravestone to be placed here, perhaps. That was my opinion too, mistress. The stone is indeed different. Older and different from source. Where is it from? Can't be 100% certain. But if you had to guess, I estimate the old stone is from Elbereth. Juice. The stone's from Elbereth? Are you sure? As I said, not 100%, mistress. But 96.5 is not so far from 100. There's something up here. A hoop of metal. I wonder if there was once one of these on top of the shrine we found on the last Emperor's hideout in the Cyclones. Heavy, but perhaps not as heavy as I expected. Mistress, please put that down. But what's so special about it? If you cannot see that, mistress, what kind of archaeologist are you? What are you talking about now? You humans have no eyes. You do not understand what you are holding. So what is it? Delicate. Put it down. I'm not just going to leave it here. It's valuable and important, Six, and worth some further study. Look, there are symbols inscribed. This is the start of a fragment of text. Be kind. Does kind emperor work? But this thing isn't a crown. Still, I feel sure I've seen something like this before somewhere. We might be able to trace where it's from. Perhaps there are metal hoops on all these shrines originally. They might have been looted if they're valuable. This one's set apart from the others, and it's inscribed. Yes! There's a few words in this one. So my translation of cannot isn't right here. Okay. Change my... but I will sail again. A sailor's grave? Sounds more like the words of a child. Where was this hoop made, I wonder? Unclear, mistress, but maybe we'll be able to locate its origin. The air must be getting thinner. Take your time, mistress. This location is extremely unsafe. The old grave we found. Does it suggest that Elbereth was important in the early Empire? If so, that's new to me. Be a strong conclusion to read from a single choice of building material. Perhaps Elbereth stone was as cheap as its labour. Are there any other Elbereth stones here? The other stones are from the local stone, as to be expected.
The wind was strong up here. It wanted to grab you by the waist and chuck you down the cliff.
Emperors must have stood here, gazing across the nebula, tracing every stream like the lines in a palm. I can't see Elbereth, mistress, through the haze. Elbereth again. You have me believing the first emperor was born there. As you were, mistress? Do you have a point to make, Six? Me, mistress? No, mistress. These two seem in better condition than those below. The stone hasn't worn so much up here. Ouch! What was that? Interesting. Mistress, have you discovered experimentally this shrine is indeed powered? They're machines? No, mistress. The stones are merely stones. But this one is charged. Aligned magnetic radiation, similar to that which aligns and conveys the rivers. The shrine outside the hermitage where Remba died, it It was just like these, I suppose. And just like these, it ran out of power. That seems likely. The shrine is charged, and the hoop certainly fits. And as for you, you've come a long way to be here. Let's see if it was worth the trip for you, goddess. And then waters above. Have I been asleep? It spoke with the voice of a child. Six. What's happening? It's simply a recording, mistress. And it will not last long. Please. What is a recording? Are you a goddess? I have been called one. You do not know who I am? No. I should have killed you for that. Just tell me who you are. My name is Kaya. I can't see you. It's so very dark. Why can't I see you? Where am I? Tell me where you think you are. The orangery, of course. Where is Alpha? She screamed. Who's Alpha? My wife in waiting. She should be here. I can't feel my legs. Where is the orangery? Above the withering palace, of course. You should know that. Why don't you know that? Who are you? This place isn't a palace. Where's my brother? The power is failing, mistress. You must ask what you want to ask. What is the Withering Palace? Where is it? The Palace of Mechanicals. You would not understand. Have I been asleep? Oh, trophy, a voice from the stone. Is there a way to get more? No, mistress. The remaining alignments in the plinth have been stabilized. The potential is gone. I'll leave the statue here. It feels like this is where she should be. Whoever she was. Who do you think she was, the ghost in the shrine? Do not speculate, mistress. I cannot imagine most people were recorded in this way. So the ghost was royalty? At least. How old was that recording, Six? Evidently, it's hard to be certain, mistress. I would guess nearly 350 years. And she's been stuck inside a figurine all that time? Mistress Kaya is not stuck anywhere. Evidently, it is merely a recording. Can you really record a whole person? Given enough time, perhaps. Once again, mistress, you've forgotten who you were talking to. I could take this thing back to Elbereth and show Ori. She might be able to explain what just happened. Do it. Truly a fortuitous find, mistress. Perhaps we should return to the ship now. Don't hassle me. I will end the stream when we get back to the ship. I just want to do a quick little last check around. This whole place, Six, it must have been filled with voices like Kaya's. A head atop every shrine, all talking. Arguing, laughing. This place was a haven. Butterflies, mistress. Butterflies? Pinned to a board, still flapping, until they bleed dry and turn to dust. This place is foul, and I want to operate the hopper. It really hurts you to be here. So much is lost. To mark death seems to me to celebrate it. There's nothing but sky down there. Ooh, one more. Hey. Possibly the last translation of the evening. Don't think we'll be getting this. Oh, Christ. Every death. I believe you're correct with death, mistress. Oh, a new trophy. Language adept. We're knocking these out this evening. Every death connects us together. That will do for now. This one's buried. I'd need a machete to find any inscriptions. Oh! That was too close. Mistress, what are you doing? How are we going to get across now? We can always retrace our steps. Or we could simply leave. I don't believe there is anyone else here to talk to. We've collected 2 ancient artefacts here, the shattered statue and the metal hoop. We've also pinpointed one new location, the Wuthering Palace. We've also found evidence of one new location to note, a pre-Empire site. Are you ready to go? Let's do it. Stand still, mistress. And so we left the surface of the Emperor's graveyard. With enough new information to locate a previously unknown site, the Wuthering Palace. And there, my lovely people, should be the end of the stream. Thank you so much for those that watched. There was a few of you all the way through pretty much. And I've been going for 3 hours. I didn't mean to be 3 hours. But, you know, Heaven's Vault happens. We just press continue to make sure that this saves. I'm doing this like every couple of weeks. Oh, a curious palace, mistress. The real question is with the Wuthering Palace. If that recording was made there, who knows what else was recorded? Who knows what they know? So yeah, I'm enjoying this more and more as well. Particularly as I know that there's lots and lots of different endings that can be had. Last save just now. Good. So yeah, Heaven's Vault. Completely completed. Oh, hello. Heaven's Vault surely is actually written in the scribes in between. So if those two things come up, remember me to actually put Heavens and Vault in there. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. You guys will take care. Hope you have a good day at the shop tomorrow, Roy. And yeah, this will be back probably in about 2 weeks' time for the next grand 3-hour epic episode. Take care, everyone. Bye.